Welcome to the Greater Waco Advanced Manufacturing Academy, where we are experiencing another dream come true. You know, when we started this program, it was just kind of a pipe dream, and we met with our industry partners and talked many hours. Some of our original partners are here today. Hours upon hours of visiting and learning about each other. They had to learn the quirks of education, and we had to learn the quirks of business, but it has been a blessing for all of us to be here and for us to put together this academy. Today, we are welcoming you here to the last edition. We finally now have our building completely remodeled, and we have our last academy coming in here with the Academy of Construction Science that's taking over the final portion of our building. About a year and a half ago, we were approached by the builders in Waco, and they were talking about how desperate they were for workers and how they couldn't find enough employees, and they were very worried, and they approached us about putting together a construction science academy. And when we did that, we had some partners, and we said, you know, it takes a lot of money to put in an academy. Can you help us out? Can you help us with some of the funding? And they said, of course we can, just like the partners when the original GWAMA was put together, that they put in their dollars and their time. So have the members of the construction community. So before we go any further, I'm going to call up, we have a couple of check presentations, Dr. Nelson, that we would like to present you. So we'll start with K. Paul, and we have a check I believe you want to present to Dr. Nelson.
40 people in the Associated General Contractors donated over $25,000 to this effort, and with our trade association's training fund, we matched every one of those dollars with another $25,000. We've got two of our really lead givers here today. That's Brazos Masonry and Quality Brickworks, Pete Gretzinger and James Traylor, who set the bar very high for the rest of us to follow. And we have come up with $50,500 for this first year, and we're absolutely ecstatic because it took 3 villages to build the school. Waco ISD was already here. GWAMA was the first village. Central Texas AGC and Heart of Texas Builders Association was the second village. Yeah, they say it takes a village to raise a child. Well, we got a lot of kids, so maybe we need to have more 3-village partnerships. It's the same deal with multiple school districts participating in the Greater Waco Academies. So we're very pleased to present this check.
Thank you. Appreciate your generosity.
You can say if you want. Let's get the next one.
I just want to say thank you to all the AGC members and Pete Gretzinger and Mr. Traylor for your generous support of this program, and we look forward to a bright future for all concerned. Thanks again.
Stay right there. There's another check. So, you know, that was one side of construction industry in Waco, but there's another, and from the Heart of Texas Builders Association, Mr. Scott Bland is here to also do a presentation. Scott?
For the Builders Association, just want to thank our current president, Yancey Martini, and Kay Van Zant, our executive director. And one thing, we'd be greatly remiss if we did not mention the fact that NeighborWorks is graciously going to be donating the use of the observation and use of construction sites as we move forward in the program. That is an in-kind donation of over $100,000, and that should be recognized as well. For us on the home builder side, this $50,000 represents our entire industry. So all of us custom home builders and suppliers and the laborers, you know, we had donations as low as $200, you know, all the way up to $10,000 from the Builders Association itself, and we absolutely could not have put this together without them. The program will not be nearly as successful if not for the inclusion of what NeighborWorks is doing for us. And again, I could not be more proud of the effort that our group has made, and thank you guys so much for the opportunity.
thank your generous members as well. And, this goes for all of you. Don't disappear after this. We need you in the feedback loop and letting us know how we're doing, and we can tweak our efforts to hopefully improve the product over time. But thanks again.
I was also told this afternoon that we have, Scott Sarles has a presentation to make as well. Steve, I call you Scott. I've known him a long time, so I can, Stevie, you want to come up? My husband went to school with him, so I think I'm the only one that can still call him Stevie.
I believe.
Got another fighting Wildcat here, so I'm proud of that. On behalf of the Texas Builders Foundation, and we have a couple of representatives here, our executive officer, Mr. Scott Norman, and Ms. Lorraine Urey, came down from Austin to be with us. But we are so proud to see what's going on here in Waco. It has set the bar for our industry across the state. We are seeing new educational facilities like this coming up around, and it really answers the call of what we're needing as far as home builders go. And so we wanted to just give a gift as a remembrance, and this is commemorating the grand opening of the Construction Science Technology Edition for the Greater Waco Advanced Manufacturing Academy. And I'd like to say thank you very much, and to the young people in the room, we're ready for you to come out and join the workforce. We got jobs waiting for you. Y'all are doing a good job. Thank y'all.
And now it's my honor to introduce you to our school superintendent for Waco ISD. It's been a joy to have him in the district, and so I present to you Dr. Nelson.
Good afternoon. It's certainly an honor and a privilege to be here at GWAMA. Without question, one of our signature programs. And to be quite honest, as proud as we are of this program, we really have even bigger plans to do even more to connect the jobs of the future in Waco with the young men and women who come through this prestigious academy. Before I say a few words, I did want to thank the honorable board member, Mr. Kerry Dupuy, for taking time out of his schedule to be here today. Let's give him a round of applause. And I also wanted to share my time with a very good friend of mine. Please help me welcome the representative of District 56, the Honorable Doc Charles Anderson.
What a great day for Waco. What a great day for the state of Texas. It's just incredible how this started 2 years ago, and so many people being involved and staying involved and putting forth the revenue that it took and the foresight, and it's really paying off. This allows youngsters to an option, another very viable option, to where they can get out and work in the workforce and learn some of those soft skills, how to get along with other employees and get to work on time and how to deal with those type of issues. And it's a win-win because it certainly helps our industry across the state of Texas. And this will be a template for the entire state of Texas. There's other schools that are looking at this. And the big thing in my mind is that it helps these youngsters and it gives them an alternative. Let me say that one steel thread or titanium thread that tied all this together was Donna McKetchum and her staying with it. Donna, we appreciate that very much. And she was talking about the quirks in education and the quirks in the construction industry and melding those two things. Well, I think when she got to Austin to try and help out with HB 639, she got some real quirks. In the People's Republic of Austin, I tell you. But it was an honor to work on that bill. And basically what that helps with the insurance umbrella, it brings more industry to the table. So that expands the program. And as I say, that'll have impact across the entire state of Texas. So it's another perfect example of the can-do attitude and people that are really involved in helping educate the youngsters in the great sovereign state of Texas. So I'm proud to have that little part of it. So welcome. It's a great day. It's a great day for the great state of Texas. Thank you.
I appreciate Representative Anderson taking time out of his schedule to join us here as we dedicate our Construction Science Academy. It has been a labor of love, and we're so proud of everyone who's had a hand in this, whether it's been some of our local partners or our internal staff. In addition to Donna McKethan, which I'm so glad you recognized, one of our high-profile directors, I did want to note that she was recently named the National Career and Technical Education Director of the Year for the United States. So. I wanted to also make sure I recognized my good friend, Mr. Rick Tullis, who is a member of the Midway Independent School District Board of Trustees, and really one of the, I want to say godfathers, but we'll say founding fathers of this whole concept. So I wanted to recognize Mr. Tullis for being here today. Thank you for your time. Please also help me welcome Assistant Superintendent for Student Services, Dr. Robin McDurham, who's here. And last but certainly not least, because there's many more people, including the teachers and the staff and obviously the students, but I wanted to make sure we recognize the principal of this fine school, Dr. Dale McCall. Appreciate you being here. Last thing I'll say is, on behalf of our Board of Trustees, we are indeed committed to developing the future construction trades employees of Waco. And as I have the fortunate opportunity to be a member of the Greater Waco Chamber of Commerce, I sit with my good friend Matthew Metter, and they talk about all of the exciting jobs coming to Waco in the future. And the biggest problem that the chamber has is who's going to fill all these jobs that they're bringing to Waco. And boy, that's where I come in. And I feel like between the Waco Independent School District and the other school districts in our region, we really are creating the future employees that will lead construction into the 21st century and beyond. So thank you so much for your commitment and dedication. Thank you so much to our students who work so hard in this program, and the teacher. I want to recognize the teacher who's here. Tell me his name. Mr. Carpenter. Let's recognize Mr. Carpenter. So we appreciate everyone's time and effort of being a part of such a special dedication. And as I look across the room, I think to myself, how are we going to respond to all of these people who have come to the table to help make this a reality? And it's a big task, but you have done your part in setting the standard and clearly communicating the need. And now we want to be responsive as we create programs that link our beloved students to the jobs in Waco of the future. So thank you for being here. Dr. McCall, do you have any comments? I'd like to invite Dr. McCall to make a few final comments.
Thank you, Dr. Nelson. What I want to say is there's not a face in here that I haven't seen before at GWAMA. And that speaks very highly of all of you out here because of what you mean not only to GWAMA, WISD, but our partnering districts and the students that are out there. The support that we feel from you is tremendous, and I want to thank you for that. So I want to have you give yourself a big hand of applause. We got a couple short things. We're going to have all the dignitaries here going around back, and we're going to cut our ribbon. Our ribbon is a, 2x6, 14-foot piece of lumber that has the GWAMA Construction Science Academy on it. So Mr. K. Paul Holt, Scott Bland will don saws, but before they do that, we need to get safety glasses on.